welcome to Andrea's Kitchen. I'm making a duck soup today out of leftover duck that we had the day after Thanksgiving. And here's what we have left over. I had a little bit more, but someone got into it last night, so I'm using what I have left. I also have ginger, garlic. You don't have to use chicken stock, but I had like a cup of it in the refrigerator. I just wanted to dump that into for a little extra flavor. I have ramen noodles. I was gonna use rice noodles, but when I was in the store last time, I just grabbed the wrong box, but I'm using that. Black pepper, salt, if needed. I have less sodium soy sauce that I'm using. I have vegetables, celery, carrots, and I have bok choy that I'm going to be using at the end. I have bay leaves. You could probably use leeks if you have that. I couldn't find that at the store. So I'm using all this. I didn't realize I'm out of onions. So onion is a good thing to use, but I'm not going to the store for one onion. It snowed overnight and it's so cold out, so I don't feel like going to the store. I'm just going to make a soup with what I have. So the first thing I'll do is remove what meat I can off the bones. And then, the one thing I didn't mention is that I'm using water also along with the chicken stock. So I'm taking the meat off the bones now. Okay, I got as much meat off the bones as possible. If you've cooked duck before, you know that it's very bony and very fatty. So during the process of making the stock, you can keep skimming off the top, the fat, or you can wait till it cools down completely and it's easier to skim it off that way. So I'm adding the liquid in now. Putting 8 cups of water. And then I have the 1 cup of chicken stock that I had in my refrigerator, so I'm dumping that in. And then I have 2 big carrots that I washed and just cut in half. And same thing with celery. I just have washed 2 of them and cut them in half. And I have bay leaves, 2 bay leaves. I'm starting out by bringing the soup to a boil. And then when it starts boiling, I'm going to reduce the heat and let it simmer for 2 hours. I just tasted the broth and it's been about an hour and a half and it's already really flavorful. It tastes so good. So meanwhile, while that's still cooking, I'm going to get my vegetables ready to drop into the soup after I strain it all, taking all the bones out. So I'm just going to do a bigger piece. You can chop it into like slices if you want. I'm doing it in little pieces. I'm going to do more of it, but I'm going to show you. I've got some garlic in here that I'm going to mince up. Looks good, tastes good. So I'm going to strain it right now and then add the other vegetables to it. Okay, I strained it all. Most of it's in here. I just wanted to show you that I don't want to pick it up with my hands, but the vegetables are pretty mushy after cooking for 2 hours, so that's why I'm going to put fresh vegetables in. and I'll show you how I do that. One way that you can skim some of the fat off the top is folding up a napkin and just, see that? Just doing this. You can get up a bunch of it. And like I said, if you let it cool off, it'll definitely have a layer of fat on it that you can just scoop right out. You can get a little of it out this way. Dumping it back into the original pot again. Make sure I didn't miss any bones or anything. Oh, I did. There's a bone at the bottom. All right, so I just wanted to mention that I did not cook this duck. This duck was ordered from a restaurant, and my husband's side of the family do that every year for the day after Thanksgiving. And I decided, instead of throwing the leftovers out or just eating it like we usually do over rice, I just wanted to try the rest of them and make them into a soup. So I'm putting this back on again, and then I'm getting the vegetables ready to simmer, probably for like a half hour. I have a little olive oil in my pan. If you have an onion, you can chop that up at this point, throw that in. I have celery and carrots that I cut up. Just going to soften them up a little bit. Okay, this is softened a little bit. I've had this going for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add garlic. For like another minute. And then a little bit of ginger. And then this is optional. Like I said, the stock has a lot of flavor already the way it is. I did not add any salt, but I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. It's low sodium. I'm sure the duck was cooked with lots of seasonings. It tastes like it. Lots of salt, which is why I'm not adding any. Just the soy sauce. Okay, I'm turning this off, and then I'm going to add that to the soup for the last half hour. Take some of that oil out of the pan. A paper towel. And after that, I'm going to add the duck and the bok choy, and I think, oh, and the noodles also at the end. So the noodles come in these little single packages. I'm going to put 2 of them in. Just use what I need. Just going to break it up a little. I skimmed more fat off the top. I just finished up with the noodles. I'm dumping them in. I've washed and chopped up the bok choy, and I'm adding that in also. I'm just gonna let that cook for like a couple of minutes. Doesn't take long. It looks good. And I have the duck ready to go in too. Time to see how it came. It's really good. You give this one a try. Thanks for watching. And like I said, I'm gonna turn this off, cool it off, and make sure I get the rest of the grease off the top. But oh, it's so good. Thanks and have a good one.